What's up, everybody? Welcome to the UIBuzz podcast slash videocast, vlogcast, if you like, on this one. So what am I going to talk about here? Well, there's always this thing of going and getting the latest version of something. It could be the latest version of a tool, the latest version of a framework, a library that you use, any of those kind of things. And especially if you use open source, which of course is, very common, very popular these days. But getting the latest is not always the best, greatest experience. And here's a reason why. Because you go get the latest. Now, first of all, you may just get it because you always get the latest. Okay, that's fine, but you could potentially hit problems. Now, the other thing here is that maybe you go grab the latest because it's fixing a bug that you've had some problems with. And okay, great. Maybe it fixes that problem. But maybe it's going to create others for you, and I'll get into that in a second. And the last reason is a good one these days: security patches, security issues that come up and they fix them. And all of these have the same problem. And the problem is they may very well fix an issue for you or give you something new that you need. But choose your timing wisely, because they may also introduce new issues for you that you're going to have to deal with. Or even worse, they may have breaking changes that you're going to have to deal with. And if you're looking to ship something to production very soon, you do not want to introduce new problems you don't even know about. Or maybe you're in the final stages of testing something, and again, you do not want to have to encounter a whole bunch of new issues you're going to have to work around. Now, the problem with this is it's easy enough for me to sit here and say getting the latest is not always the best thing to do just because you feel you should. However, when it comes to security issues, of course, you really do need the latest. You've got to make sure that there are no security issues. And if someone's found one and fixed it, yeah, you definitely want to patch that gap and keep things secure. And for that, it's a bit of a lottery. You're going to have to really say to yourself, okay, do I take on this security patch in this version of my software? And am I prepared to deal with any new issues that may come up because of this? Now, arguably, in my opinion, I think yes, you should, because I think firstly, you should fix those security holes if someone's done it for you. And secondly, that is important enough that if you encounter issues after that with your code, you should fix them for that release, because you don't want to be putting something out there knowing that there's a potential security issue that could be fixed. So it's a judgment call. But that is a lot of what I'm saying here is stop, think about it, and make a wise decision on that judgment call. Don't always just go get the latest because it's there. Because most of the time, you'll be fine and you're good to go. But there will be times, and I have had this happen to me, when, no, it's going to cause you a whole bunch of problems you're going to have to work around. I'll give you an example here. One that maybe a lot of you have come across or may experience. React Native, still very early in the game, and every so often they release an update that has breaking changes, and you're going to have to deal with those, and you don't want to be dealing with those at the 11th hour when you're shipping something out the door. I've seen that on my personal projects, and it's just not something you want to deal with and be there like, great, 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm still fixing issues I never had before this patch. Those scenarios. So it is a judgment call, but if you're a solo developer, that's hard. You're going to have to make those decisions. If you're a team, you can talk about them together, and hopefully that makes that decision and how to handle the consequences should they occur a lot easier. So I want to put that out here for you. Latest is not always the greatest, right? Just remember that. And hopefully it's going to improve the experience. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. This is something that does affect all of us. If you've ever written a line of code, you run the risk of having this problem. All right. So I'm going to put that out there. Love to hear from you. If this has been helpful, you know what to do, right? Follow, leave a review, give it a rating. I appreciate it. I'll speak to you in the next one.